If you're running a business with a sales team, you know that feeling, right? The constant grind of chasing leads. But what if you could just know right away who can actually afford to buy from you? Well, today we're going to dive deep into SimpleCheck and show you how it moves you from just considering a lead to being absolutely certain. Let's jump in.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? You've got Mark, a guy with 25 years in marketing, saying what we all know is true. People stretch the truth on applications. They want to seem like they have the money. And that leaves your sales team, well, guessing. And that guesswork is costing you big time in wasted hours, frustrated employees, and cold, hard cash. So, here's how we're going to break it all down for you. First, we'll talk about the real pain of selling blind. Then, we'll look at the two simple paths SimpleCheck offers to fix that. We'll get into exactly how it works, check out the incredible results, and finally, we'll figure out if this is the perfect solution for your business.
All right, first up, the pain of selling blind. And look, this isn't just some small headache. This has a real, measurable cost that hits both your team's morale and your company's bank account.
Wow. You know what really stands out here is the human cost. Lindsay, a high-ticket coach, was about to lose one of her best people. Why? Burnout. Pure and simple. She was tired of wasting her talent on calls that were doomed from the start. Your top performers want to close deals, not get shut down. Sending them into those dead-end calls is the fastest way to have them walk out the door.
And then, of course, there's the money. Antonio and his team actually did the math and figured out they'd left $200,000 on the table. Think about that. All because their team was bogged down talking to the wrong people, while the right people, the ones who were ready to buy, probably slipped right by. Selling blind isn't just frustrating, it's unbelievably expensive.
So, how do you stop all this guesswork? Let's get to the good part, the solution. SimpleCheck has two really clear paths to get you that clarity, and it all comes down to how many leads you're handling each month. This makes it super easy to know exactly where you fit.
Okay, so this breaks it down perfectly. You've got two lanes. On the left, if you're a bigger operation doing over 800 leads a month, you've got the custom build. That's the full, white glove, done-for-you service. They handle everything. On the right, if you're doing under 800 leads a month, there's the SmartForm. It's a do-it-yourself platform that's only $97 a month, and you can even try it free for 7 days. It's crystal clear which path is right for you.
All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. I know what you're probably thinking. This all sounds amazing, but how does it actually work? Is this even legal? Great questions. Let's tackle them right now so you can have total peace of mind. This is it. This is probably the biggest question on everyone's mind. Anytime you're dealing with financial data, you have to be by the book. So, is SimpleCheck compliant with the big regulations, like the Fair Credit Reporting Act?
And the answer is a simple, straightforward yes. No ambiguity here. The entire system was designed from day one to be 100% FCRA-compliant. So you're protected, your clients are protected, everyone is covered.
Okay, on to the next major concern, and it's a really important one. You care about your leads, right? The last thing you'd ever want to do is something that could hurt them financially. So, does using this tool actually damage their credit score? Nope, absolutely not. And here's the magic phrase you need to know: soft pull. You see, when you apply for a mortgage or a car loan, that's a hard pull, and it can ding your score. A soft pull is completely different. It's invisible to lenders and has zero impact on a person's credit score. So that's one less thing to worry about.
So we know how it works, we know it's safe and legal. Now for the really fun part, the results. We're talking hard data here, pulled from over 500 businesses, that shows the real-world impact of going from selling blind to selling with total certainty. So let's just start with the biggest number on the page, 2x. That's the average lift and close rate. Just let that sink in for a moment. What would happen to your business, to your revenue, if you doubled your close rate tomorrow? But, 2x can feel a bit abstract. So what does it actually look like? Well, here's a chart from a real client. Before SimpleCheck, they were closing a respectable 25% of their calls. After, they jumped straight to 50%. That's not a projection. That's a real result from a real business.
And here's the person behind those numbers. This is Joey, who runs an 8-figure sales agency, literally confirming what we just saw. It makes perfect sense, right? When your team is only talking to people who you know can afford your services, your close rate is naturally going to go through the roof.
And hey, it's not just about the close rate. The positive effects ripple out across your entire sales process. We're talking lead costs dropping by an average of 64% because you're not wasting ad money on the wrong people. Show rates jumping 30% because you're prioritizing the hottest leads. And your team can get back to those prime leads in less than a second. It just makes everything more efficient.
Okay, we've gone over the problem, the solution, how it works, and the proof. Now it comes down to the most important question of all. Is this the right tool for your specific business? Let's make sure it's a perfect fit.
We hear this one all the time. Is this for coaches, for agencies, for B2B? Who is the ideal customer for a tool like this?
We'll take a look at this list. If your business is on here, then you're in the right place. It's an absolute game changer for high-ticket coaches, for service agencies, really for any business that gets leads online and has a sales team that's just sick and tired of no-shows and low-quality calls. If that sounds familiar, you're a perfect match.
Now, this is a really common objection. Maybe you're thinking, hey, we've got this covered. We have a survey or a setter who qualifies people. Our manual process is good enough. So why would you need a tool to do it for you?
I think this quote from Tim says it all. Even with their manual qualification process, they found out that a shocking 30%, that's nearly 1 out of every 3 calls, were with people who simply couldn't afford what they were selling. SimpleCheck stops that from ever happening. You know before that call ever gets booked. Think of all the time that saves.
And Tim leaves us with this final, really powerful idea. Look, this isn't about adding a new expense. This is about plugging a massive leak in your revenue, the money you're currently losing to wasted ad spend and wasted payroll on unqualified leads. It could easily add up to hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars over time.
So if you're ready to stop guessing and finally start selling with certainty, the next step couldn't be clearer. If you're handling over 800 leads a month, the custom build is your path forward. If you're under that number, the SmartForm was made just for you. So really, the only question left is, how much longer can you afford to keep selling blind?